How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So today I'm pretty excited. Me and my friend Keale and our friends Logan and Dayton, we're all gonna take out the boat. It's been a while since I've been on a boat dive, and I mentioned in my last video that it's been a while since I've shot anything like with my gun. I've shot, I shot a collie the last time, shot like Veki and Onos, but I haven't shot ukus in a while, I haven't shot moose in a while, I haven't shot yellow spots in a while, all those things that I really enjoy eating. So hopefully today the goal is to get on some of those fish, and to do that I found a couple of spots just from satellite imaging and stuff like that, and from previous dives that I think could hold some really nice fish. And so I haven't actually dove them before. I've passed by them and stuff, but I've never actually dove them before. So that's gonna be the goal today. We're gonna check out those zones because I think there's gonna be a good amount of fish on them, just judging from the structure and everything. And so we're gonna hit up those zones. Again, never dove them before, but we're gonna give it a shot. Hopefully there's fish on them, and hopefully I can get some of those fish that I've been missing. But that's the plan for the day. So I'll see you guys in the water. Shoots. Alright guys, so we made it out to the first new spot, and I was seeing a bunch of like pilanis and other surgeon fish like that on the bottom, so I started making a drop here. Didn't really see anything that I wanted to shoot yet, but I figured there would probably be some fish around if all of these other surgeon fish and stuff are around, and there was a nice structure here, and immediately a big munu comes up to me, so I just line up, single band, comes right up to the end of my gun, so I just line up the nice stone shot and secured the first munu of the day. So first fish for me, really nice size munu. My barb got stuck on a rock there, so I was kind of hanging out in the mid-water column trying to get it off. Yeah, really nice size fish to start off the dive. And I got the stone shot too, which is always nice. And this was super fast once we jumped in the water. This was maybe like my second drop of the day. So to land a nice fish right in the beginning, always a good feeling and a good sign that it's gonna be a good dive. So I was pretty excited after this. So I went back to that same structure after I dropped off that first munu at the boat, because there was still a bunch of fish around and I was seeing a lot more of those big munus. So I hit the bottom here, and you can see I'm kind of on the edge of this little ditch, and immediately a school of big munu starts coming up to me. And there's a little Moana collie with them as well. But these munus were being super tame. They get a little spooked right there, but they come right back around. And they were coming so close, like 3-prong range, like right here. Super close, and they were all good size, and a couple of them were bigger than the other ones. So right now I'm just trying to figure out which one I want to shoot. Just being patient, waiting for a good shot. And then I see a big one coming in from the back here, so I line up, take my shot, get another nice munu. And this one was a good amount bigger than the other one. Probably one of the biggest munus I've ever shot in my life. And this was the drop right after the one I just took where I shot my first munu of the day. So back-to-back drops, back-to-back fish. Great start to the dive so far. But yeah, as you can see, this guy is, or maybe it's a little bit hard to tell right now, but this guy was a good amount bigger than the first one. And the first one was already pretty big. So far, the first new spot seems to be producing. Got a new honey hole for goats. But after that, I shot those two big munus, and the rest of them were being so calm, they all went into this hole. And so I just decided I was done shooting munus. I had those two big ones already. And I want this spot to stay healthy with these munus so that I can come back if I ever need goats again and just know that these guys will be here and have a healthy population here. But you can see this one in here is just cruising, coming right up to me, and then two more big ones come in and join them with that small collie. And easily 3-prong range. Like if I had my 3-prong, I could have, shot these guys. I could have shot both of the munus that I shot with my 3-prong. That's how tame they were, and hopefully it stays that way. I want to keep it that way, so decided to leave all of these guys alone. But as I was dropping on these guys, just getting some cool videos of them cruising around, I saw one of the biggest roys I've ever seen in my life go into that exact hole where they seem to be comfortable in. And this roy was so big that if the munus were a little bit smaller, he probably could have eaten them. So you can see him at the back of this hole right here. That's the hole where the munus were hanging out. So I line up on that big roy, nail him. And normally when roys are in a hole like this, I don't like to shoot them, because if I don't hit the stone shot, they do what this guy just did. They go way back in the hole, they tangle up your line, and what they'll do is they'll stick their head in a small hole, and then they'll inflate their gills so that you can't pull them out, which is super annoying. So normally I wouldn't, but because he was so big and because this spot seems so healthy and I want to keep it that way, especially because it's a brand new zone to me, I decided to just take the shot anyway. I have no problem shooting roys when they're outside of the hole. It's just when they're in the hole like this and I miss a stone shot, this always happens, especially when it's a big one. You can see right here, he's got his head tucked inside of a small gap, and he's inflating his gills as he tries to push himself deeper into the hole so that I can't pull him out. You can see I'm pulling here, but he's stuck. But as much as I don't like shooting them when they're in the hole, this guy was so big, I had to. And you can see right here, there's a big Moana Cully that comes by while I'm messing with this roy. And remember that Moana Cully, because it actually comes into play later. A really nice size cully, like a 3-pound or something like that. But finally, after like 5 or 6 drops, I finally get this guy out of the hole. And this thing is absolutely giant. Definitely the biggest. I knew immediately that this was like the biggest roy that I've ever shot in my life. But yeah, just felt obligated to get this guy out of there, especially because he literally was hanging out inside the hole where all of those goats were. So I just had to take him off the reef. A roy this size can eat so many native reef fish that it would just be irresponsible for me to leave this guy in the water. But got him down. So after that, we moved to the second spot that I had wanted to try out. So second brand new spot, never dove here. So I don't really know what to expect, but I'm seeing some good structure already. And so I take a blind drop. Again, didn't see any fish from the surface, but had some really nice structure. And another big munu comes up to me there. But once again, had enough munu, so I didn't want to shoot this guy. So I'm kind of just watching him. And then I turn back to face the front, and I see a nice moo in the distance. So I drop my eyes, and I start throwing up some sand. Check to see if he's interested. Adjusting my gun so it's facing him. Check again, see if he's interested, and I see that he's making his way over to me. So I throw up a little bit more sand, scratch the rock a little bit, keep my eyes down, and I look up, and he's in range. So I prepare to take a lunge. I push off this rock here. Manage to get real close to him and take a shot. Normally I don't like lunging, but I've noticed on a wahoo with the moose especially, a lot of times you have to, because they'll come to a certain distance and they'll stop and they won't come any closer. Just out of range, so a lot of times I end up having to take that lunge there. I don't like doing it though, because a lot of times it messes with your accuracy, because it's hard to keep your gun perfectly still as you're lunging like that, and it's hard to aim when you're moving. But paid off here, even though I got a low shot. I used the rest of my air to go secure him, so I didn't have to deal with him being on the bottom, going crazy, and have the chance to rip off. And we're diving right now in about 60-ish feet, maybe a little bit deeper. Earlier, the munu spot was a little shallower, like 50, 55, around there. Yeah, nice moo. This is towards the end of the day, so we're just kind of wrapping up here. So after I shot that one moo, a big school of them came in. So I make another drop a little bit farther down, so this is a little bit deeper. And I'm hiding behind this rock, throwing up some sand, keeping my eyes down once again. And I look up and I see one moo coming in, but he gets spooked. You couldn't really see him on camera, but it was a big one. And then a bunch of other moos start coming in from my left-hand side, and a baby uku. But then I see one again. There's a few of them in front of me, and one of them was getting a little bit closer than the others. And again, not in range though, so he stopped just short of my range. So I prepare to take a lunge here, line up, take my lunge, take one of the farthest shots I've ever taken in my life. And I tried to lead him a little bit because I knew he was gonna react before the spear was able to get there. Tried to aim a little bit higher because I knew my spear was gonna drop before getting to the moo. So got lucky there. Once again, one of the farthest shots I've ever taken. Sniped him. And at first I thought my spear didn't go all the way through, which it didn't. But you'll see here in a second, the reason why he stayed on is because I kind of shish kebabbed him. I went through his body, and so he wasn't able to get off, even though my barb didn't engage and go all the way through. That's how far the shot was. My barb didn't even make it through this fish. But managed to land him anyway. Really nice size one. This one a good amount bigger than the first moo I shot. But so far, both spots producing some good fish. First spot had a bunch of moonus. This spot, it's got a bunch of moos that are actually shootable. So far, super happy with my two spot finds here. And it's been so long since I've shot a moo. I was pretty excited after getting this guy right here. And even the first one too. Moo is probably my top 3 favorite fish to eat on the reef. So I was pretty stoked on this guy right here. Probably like a 3, maybe 3.5 pound or something like that. So not a bad one at all. So after that, Keale makes a drop on the same moo pile and manages to nail another one. And this moo is actually his first moo ever. He was telling me that he always gets opportunities to shoot him, but he always messes up the shot somehow. And he this time managed to get a really nice shot, reverse unicorn this thing, and he was absolutely stoked. Nice shot.
Oh, unicorn! Look at this guy!
Nice shot.
Oh.
Nice. Yeah, very nice pair of moves there to end off the dive. And that was our last 2 fish. We all got a good amount of stuff, so decided to call it. And these are the other things that Keale shot. He shot a nice uku. And that collie right there was shot at the spot where I shot the Roy and the 2 moonus. And it's actually the same one that I saw while I was messing with the Roy. So while I was messing with the Roy, Keale went and was able to nail that collie. But super sick dive, super stoked. Managed to get 2 moos, and total 3 moos, 3 big moonus, and a big invasive off the reef. Super productive, super stoked. We got, whose moo is this one? We got Keale's first moo, yes, and then we got my 2 moos. This one's good size.
Good size.
Like 3 maybe, something like that. Then we got our 3 moonus. I think this one's mine, and this one's mine, and this one's Keale's. This one is pretty massive. Then we got it, Keale's giant collie. That's a big one. And then
Those are
giant Roy. Here, try hold this. I'll try hold this up.
Bruh. That thing is
Huge, dude. We're gonna try weigh it.
We're gonna try eat him.
Yeah. Roy slide, Ciguatera sliders. All right, let's see it.
Bruh.
7? Oh, lock on 7.
Wow.
Oh my
6'9"
god,
is crazy.
dude, that's the biggest Roy I've ever shot.
I'm gonna retry. We got 7 this time. Oh, click
Yeah,
10.
you gotta put it on the. Oh yeah, 6, 9, 8. Oh. Come on. Ah, 6, 9, 8, dude. So basically a 7-pounder, bro. That's huge. Sheesh. Good one off the reef. Four beautiful fish here. We got our 2 big moos, big moonus. This one's one of the biggest ones I've ever shot. Probably like a little over 2 pounds maybe. This one's like 1.5, close to 2. And then we got our 2 moos. This one's the bigger one of the 2. This one's probably like 3, maybe a little more than that. And then this one's probably like 2-ish, something like that. But yeah, some really nice fish. Got the 2 moos and then the 2 moonus. And so we're gonna get these guys cleaned up, and then we're gonna meet up with Keale, and we're gonna cook these guys. It's gonna be Keale's first time trying moo because he's never shot one before, and so he's gonna cook the first one that he's ever shot, the one that he shot the other day. And then I'll probably cook a couple of fillets of these guys as well. But yeah, some really nice fish from this dive. Super stoked. I haven't eaten moo in a long time, so I'm pretty excited. I haven't shot a moo in a long time, so I haven't had the chance to eat one. But today, we're gonna get to eat one, and I'm pretty stoked on it. So, gotta get these guys cleaned up, and then we'll go cook them over with Keale. So, yeah. Yes, all.
for all this to get melted first. Oh wait, is there a smoke alarm in here? Okay, go. Put it. Oh, that's too much. It's too much garlic, I think. Yeah, there you go.
That's really good.
6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh, I'm not going on.
Okay, after this, wait a little bit longer because that side isn't done yet. Okay, flip it. That side is good. Except for right here. I bet there's garlic right there. So.
Yeah, look, it's too much.
Yeah. Okay, flip it again. Okay, that side's done. Yeah, good. Put it back on the cutting board.
Ooh. For a break.
Yeah, good.
No waste. Look at that plate right now. Yeah, you.
Oh, you loaded up.
Whoa.
Super good.
Right, look. I was gonna ask them how good the poke was and to get a video of it, but they're all out already. They're refilling.
It's great. It's like not much.
Look at that. Better than ahi.
It's not a hot take. It's a fact.
Yes, sir.